Good morning, everyone. In every person's life, there are, millions of moments, and these events that we have, they shape us and they define us, and they are what make our identifying instances in God's plans. Today's topic, if you would, is entitled Your Story, God's Plan. Our mission statement today is your your life's journey is tightly bonded to God's intentions. Marvin Weinstein has a song, My Story. I heard it last week and I began thinking about how all of us have a story. When I was a chaplain, when I served as a chaplain, part of our training was to listen. And our director would test our listening skills with exercises by having us write down whatever chaos is going on. She wanted us to write down the events of a visit, and then we would present that to a group later. And the purpose of that exercise was to get us in the habit of hearing what each person has to say. Many times people look at circumstances and make judgmental assumptions. Situations aren't always what they appear to be. My beautiful partner, um, um, one time she brought a message. She delivered a sermon a long time ago. I always remember it. It was entitled, It's Not What It Looks Like. You remember when you brought that message? Yeah. Mhm. Um, I I talked about Sittis a couple of weeks ago. That's Job's wife. She has no voice. She has no story. The little we know about her is compressed within Job's story. And she was presented to the readers as a purposeless soul. But that's not how God feels about anyone. We all have a purpose and a story to tell. My goodness. NRSV Bible, Psalms 139, verses 13 to 16 read, For it was you who formed my inward parts. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works that I know very well. My frame was not hidden from you. When I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth, your eyes beheld your eyes beheld my unformed substance. Goodness. In your book were written all the days that were formed for me, when none of them as yet existed. Wow. See, we we all exist in many moments, millions, trillions of moments. It's in these moments that we are amid determining what is and what is not. In other words, we sit there and we talk about, I should have did this, I should have did that. We talk about the this and that's of life. Why didn't I do this? I should have did that. You know, and, you know, we that's where we eventually end up in our heads. God. we reminisce about how we got to a point instead of focusing on what our next endeavor should be. But that's humans. That's how humans work. You see, we are a product of the journey, and the ugliness of the journey sometimes discombobulates us. It makes us act unbecoming, partly because we are not sure whether our outcome is going to be favorable or not. God. But what I want to teach us today is that God is in our journey. God. He is in the center of our story. And if we follow through, we'll find out that He has a plan for us and it's good. Oh my goodness. To start, what we have to realize is that God knows us. That word where it said behold, God beholds us. It doesn't mean to see, it means to know. Oh my goodness. See, God knows us. And I know that sounds a bit forward to some people, but God is aware of us. And this awareness is that God is concerned. He's concerned with God, how we live. My goodness. He's concerned about whether our life is profitable. Let me see you a little bit when you come over so I can see you. Because I want you to hear this. I want you to the word profitable doesn't always mean wealth or money. Sometimes it means favorable. Goodness. You know, how does a person's life become favorable, El? Well, is there joy in your life? Is there peace in your life? Is there comfort in your life? If you can say yes to this, then your life is profitable and favorable. And God is always concerned that we have this. God. It does not mean that you will never go through a thing because we all know life's going to happen. Life's going to happen. It happens to those who do good, and life happens to those that don't do good. All of us will come under some sort of scrutiny at one time or another. We will all suffer loss. We're all going to suffer loss. We will all separate at one time from a loved one. That's just the way life is. And nothing's going to change that. My goodness. I did a lesson a long time ago where I talked about how life is not a horizontal line that begins from one point to the end. But life is more like a roller coaster that goes up and then it comes down. It does loops, and on top of loops, it stretches sometimes to the very summit of the top, and at times can come crashing, tumbling down. But that's just life. That's just life. And this is why I think people tend to question God's place in their lives. It's because of the loops. It's because of the spins. It's because of the turns. My God. In other words, what they say is this. They say this, El. They say, if God is with me, then why did this happen? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Or to say something like this. If God is concerned about my life, then why did this happen? Oh my God. See, I used to be one of those people that asked that question. But I've been in this relationship now with God for a while. In my natural relationship with my partner, with my wife, I tell you, the two of us, we love each other. We really do. We love each other. And I don't care how we go around or about it, we are always on each other's side. Oh my goodness. We are concerned about each other's health and welfare. We we would do anything for each other. In our minds, we're always focused on me and my partner. We're always focused on moving forward and never looking back. Yet, with all this going on, we still have been through many things as a couple. My goodness, my goodness. I think, and this, I was going through this message, this lesson, and I was studying it, and you know what I think? I think I think people may be seeking a perfect life. Mm. My goodness. I really feel like that. That they're seeking something called a perfect life. And I have to be, the bringer of some tough news here. There is no perfect life. Goodness. The only perfection you're going to find in life is God. My goodness. And because we are forced to live amongst each other, we have to endure each other's perfections. Oh my God. I want to be plain here with this. See, I'm going to tell you straight up that I am going to mess some things up. Oh my goodness. Thank God I have a partner who is understanding and forgiving. Now, my partner on hand, she is going to mess some things up. And it's up to me to be understanding and forgiving. That's the only way we will survive together in this relationship. Now, in our relationship with God, He's the understanding one. Oh my goodness. God is merciful. Oh my goodness. God is all forgiving, and He always holds up His part of our relationship. But there's something about us that can't seem to stick to our end of the agreement. When things get bad, do we duck out on God? Oh my goodness. When I don't get exactly what I want, God, do I quit and turn away from God and decide to do something else? My goodness. The only way this is going to work out is to give God the devotion that He deserves. And don't feel like this is hard, because it's not. My goodness. It's not hard, because in our relationship, God is not asking you to lay the foundation. He's not asking you to open up the way. God is only asking us to trust Him that He has made a way for us. My goodness. He's not asking us to be the maintainer and the sustainer in this relationship. He's just asking us to accept what He's done for us and be thankful. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. MSG Bible, Philippians 1 and the sixth verse reads, there has never been the slightest doubt in my mind that the God who started this great work in you would keep it and bring it into a flourishing finish on the very day that Christ appears. God is in it for the long haul. Oh my goodness. See, God is a part of our story from the beginning to the end. God, even if your beginning says, I didn't know God. Oh my goodness. If at the end it can say how I met Him and how I'm His child now, then it's all right, because all of us have that exact same introduction. My goodness. Nobody can say they knew God from birth. One day, all of us had to acknowledge that He is, and He is a rewarder to them who diligently. What does that word mean? Diligently seek him. Oh my God, you got to work at this thing. Oh my goodness. See, God is invested in us. He is with us until the end. Oh my goodness. That's what Philippians 1 and 6 said. I am confident that he will complete the work that he begun. My goodness. See, it's not hard, God. This is not a hard thing for God. The completion of our lives is in his hands. The hardest part here is the beginning. Goodness. Because God reaches out to us. Then he waits. Goodness. For us to respond. Goodness. He spends more time reaching out to us, God, and waiting for us than it actually takes to complete the work. There's a Bible verse that says, behold, he stands at the door and he just knocks. He is not going to force himself on you, but he will wait. Oh my God. God is very patient with us. And in this relationship, we have to learn to be patient also. God, um, the patience we have to have, Elder. I got to come at it like this. I am not. I have to realize this. I am not going to have everything in one day. My goodness. All the things God said will be mine, or what I would do, God, I will not. It's not going to happen in a week. Oh my God. There's a song that I love by Dean James. My wife loves it too. It's called Love Takes Time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. See, our life with God is going to take some time here. Goodness. Our relationship and trust will be built over years, not over a few minutes. Goodness. But that's our story. Oh my goodness. That's our story. See, sometimes I think it's good to go back and review your story. Oh my goodness. Remember how it was when you first met God. Oh my goodness. When you rejoiced over every situation, when the times when things weren't good and God was there to hold your hand through it, when you felt alone and somehow he let you know that you belonged to him, when people said you weren't any good, and God said you're marvelously and wonderfully made. Oh my goodness. When your haters said you weren't going to make it, and God said nothing can remove him from you. My goodness. Richard Smallwood he passed away a couple of weeks ago. I don't know how long ago it was now. Maybe months. I'm not sure. But I was listening to some of his music the other day, and I came across Center of My Joy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. God is in the middle of every situation that we will ever be in. Every sickness, every pain, every cry. God is in the center of your story. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Jeremiah 29 and 11 from the EVS Bible says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. EVS Bible again, Proverbs 19 and 21 reads, the human mind may devise many plans, but it is the purpose, goodness, of the Lord that will be established. Yeah. Oh my goodness. See, he really is concerned about you. Your story, goodness. Even though you feel you played like a huge part in where you are today, God wants you to know that he has plans for you. He desires good things for you. See, we put together our plans, and God lets us wander around through our interpretations of what we should or should not do. But in the grand scheme of things, it is God's purpose that will be established. My goodness, the maestro, one of my favorite artists of all time, the late great Thomas Whitfield, he has a song, Wrapped Up, Tied Up, Tangled Up. I love this song so much because I put together plans in my head. Me, I do it. But although I have an interpretation of what it should be, goodness, I can rest in the knowledge that God has a plan for me. He has a purpose for me. Oh my goodness. See, all of us have a story. All of us. All of us. I want you to know that your story is not a finished product yet. It's not finished until it's over. See, now, and you, I'm not talking about me right now, I'm talking about you. You might be in that chapter of your story where you are disenchanted or confused. You might be in that part of your story where, God, you're in pain or you're suffering. But I want you to rest assured today that it is not over. Your story is not over until it's actually over. My God. It's not done until it's done. But until then, God wants you to be confident that your story, your individual story is in his plans. Oh my God. My goodness, I thank you for hearing me today. I thank those that were praying for me while I was out sick. But we give you all the honor. We give God all the glory. We give God the praise. We thank you. I will talk to you again. Your story, God's plan.